Welcome to Tyrone Bowman Live. I've been doing some serious researching and fact finding as a broadcaster, as a journalist, as an individual who's a program director working for a radio station. I thought it interesting as to what I found. There is a reason why Trump is performances are the way they are. And there's a reason why individuals within the Republican Party or the GOP, the grand old party, are so adamant about being on point when it comes to their messages. And you ever wonder where the money comes from to keep these candidates afloat when it seems like they just don't have any? Well, have I got a story for you right now? And I'm quite sure it's the same thing on the Democrat side as well. But tonight I'm going to deal with the billions that are coming into the coffers of Republican candidates. And as a result, for this so called generous billionaire, giving them billions, he demands total allegiance for his agenda that he wants to aptly keep in the forefront. So, for those of you who have subscribed to the channel, thank you. We now have 904 subscribers. Hopefully, we can get to a 1,000 mark real soon. So once again, this is Tyrone Bowman Live. I found an article. I don't know if this is a magazine, to be honest with you, or if it is a publication, but it's called Salon. The headline reads, Republican mega donor Leonard Leo tells allies it's time to, quote, weaponize our conservative vision, close quote. Hello. Leonard Leo, a powerful GOP activist, wants less conversation and more action to seize the, quote, choke points of power, close quote. So this is what it's about. This is about power. This is about control. This is about the elitists setting the agenda for the masses to follow. They don't want democracy. They don't want independent thinking. They don't want consciously awakened people. So what do? They are experts at causing chaos, experts at keeping the races pitted against one another. They are experts at attempting to demonize individuals simply because of the pigmentation of their skin, because they feel as though that they are totally superior to everyone else. Let me try to turn up the volume. When I listen, when I can get some more money, I can get some better equipment. But for right now, I got to use what I've got. And so this is a makeshift studio. This microphone ain't even real. This is a prop, but I keep it here because it looks good. So let me get to this. So Leonard Leo, the influential right-wing activist behind an array of dark money groups powering the conservative movement, is tired of policy seminars and self-indulgence. Big idea conferences. Now he wants to see some action by the groups he's helped bankroll to, quote, weaponize our conservative vision, close quote. Weaponize. When you deal with weaponize, let's look at the word weaponize. Let me define that real quick. Because he wants total allegiance for the billions that he is pouring into the coffers of the Republican candidates and the Republican PACs or political action committees. This is what he is demanding. So let me find the word weaponize and define it, and let's see what this character is really talking about. Oops, put too many. And I see. So So, what is weaponized? What is he saying? Weaponized is defined as exploit for the purposes of attacking a person or group or for spearheading discord. That's what he wants to do. He wants to exploit a specific group of people by attacking a person or persons or a group for spreading discord, weaponized. That's what he wants. He wants verbal weaponization. He wants them to attack, lie, lie, lie. Do what I tell you to do, or else the millions will not come into the coffers of the Republican candidates. So let's get back to this article. Now he wants to see some action by the groups he's helped bankroll to, quote, weaponize our conservative vision, close quote, and grifted onto key national institutions or who withhold the $1 billion he has stored across his money network. Quote, vastly insignificant funds are going toward operationalizing and weaponizing those ideas and policies to crush liberal dominance, talking about the Democrats, at the choke points of influence and power in our society, close quote. Leo wrote in a grant review letter on behalf of the 85, which is a dark money organization that participated in efforts to overturn the 2020 election. So Trump could not come up with the idea by himself. So then he's a puppet. And he's told what to do, when to do, and how to do it. And individuals have to understand when the powerful, when the elitists, when the groups of secret society want someone to be president, that someone is going to be president. Pay attention to what is going on in the nation. Pay attention to how both campaigns are operating. Pay attention to what is not being said as opposed to what is being said. Nothing moves in society unless there is a powerful organization or organism behind it. You cannot ascend even in entertainment. You cannot ascend to the heights of wealth and fame and power and success in Hollywood unless the elitist group who control the recording industry, the acting industry, the dancing industry, unless they want you to. You can have all the talent in the world and it won't make a difference. I know people who don't have any talent, yet they are extremely successful. And I know people who have an abundance of talent and can't get anywhere. Why do you think it's hard for minorities to excel in corporate America? Because it's called institutionalized racism on the highest order. Why do you think the Supreme Court has made the decisions that they have made? Because they are told what to do. They are bought and paid for, and they know it. And they will do exactly what they are told to do. Do you think it's by accident that affirmative action has been struck down? Right now, Harvard has seen almost a 90% drop of influx of black individuals, black people, my brothers and sisters, attending Harvard. These people want these institutions white, and they want them to remain white. That's why we must organize. We must unite. We must support historically HBCUs. We must have our own independent networks to speak freely without fear to address the things that pertain to us. Now back to the article. Leo wrote in a grand review letter on behalf of the 85 from a dark money organization that participated in efforts to overturn the 2020 election. While the letter doesn't call out any groups by name, that's on purpose. The message is clearly intended to put slackers on high alert, according to Axios. Leo is now undertaking a comprehensive review of his grant-making process. Leo, so exactly Who is Leo? Who is the man who set the stage for an imperial presidency if Trump wins? Let me say that again. Who is the man who set the stage for an imperial presidency if Trump wins? If Trump wins, there will be no more democracy. If Trump wins, the Constitution is going to be annihilated. If Trump wins, you will have military control in this nation. Believe it or not, it is fact. Leo, a longtime former vice president of the Federalist Society, a conservative legal network, began his political ascent as a key figure in reshaping the federal judiciary to fit a right-wing image and advised former President George W. Bush on judicial nominations. When former President Donald Trump occupied the White House, Leo used his influence to lobby for his preferred nominees, acting as a conduit to all three Supreme Court justices. Trump put on the court in 2020. Leo teamed up with George Mueller to lead CRC Advisors, which counts the Federalist Society and Chevron corporations, a multinational energy organization, among its clients. So it's not by accident that the three individuals who now occupy the Supreme Court were nominated by then President Trump. It was on purpose. Trump put more white people in federal courts that are racist and bigoted. And only 8 of them, out of the 240 plus judges that he put on the federal court, only 8 of them were black. President Biden has put more black people on the federal courts than any other president. And he does not get the credit for the good things that he has done for this nation because he can't articulate it. He has done more right now during his presidency. He has signed more legislation into law. He has issued more executive orders than Trump, Obama, and Clinton combined. This man has been working to undo the damage that was done during the Trump years. You can take this as a joke. You can take it as a game. You can laugh. You can snarl. You can jeer. You can think that you are in control. None of us are in control. If I told you, which I won't, but if I told you what organization has made 8 offers to me to become a part of this elite group, and my answer has consistently been no. I don't care. I cannot be bought. I cannot be sold. What I do is a labor of love because I'm chosen by God to do it. That's the differentiation between me and most people. And I make no pretense about it. Because at the end of my days, when I have to lay down and die like most human beings, I want to meet the master in peace. Yeah, I know some of y'all didn't like that, but that's the way it is. All right, so let me get back to this article, because this is very interesting. But Leo's vision isn't just about helping the GOP win elections and appointing conservative judges, though he has done plenty of both. In the letter, he expressed a desire to, quote, identify, recruit, educate, and elevate a new generation of leaders. Listen, he expressed a desire to, quote, identify, recruit, educate, and elevate a new generation of leaders, close quote, who can wield influence in the courtroom, meaning lawyers, which I am studying to become. An activist attorney, might I add. So, who can wield influence in the courtroom? The Hollywood box office or the corporate C-suite of the Fortune 500? And operationalize the conservative movement's objectives, shaping decisions and blocking threats at the highest levels of influence. Money has been Leo's chief weapon in his endeavor. The New York Times reported that a $1.6 $1 billion donation by an electronics manufacturer to one of Leo's groups is perhaps the largest single financial contribution to a political nonprofit in American history. Final decisions. Listen, final decisions over who gets to eat from his trough will be revealed to relevant groups by the end of November. Another sign that he's thinking beyond one election cycle. So let's talk about some of the right-wing money in the judiciary. Because this is real, and probably have to do that in a separate video because it's a lot. I'll put it to you this way. And you're not going to believe this, but the election is already over. The decision has already been made as to whom the next president of this nation will be. Right now, each candidate, they're going through the motions. Believe it or not, accept it or not. You know, I had an opportunity to work for a senator, a state senator, quite some time ago. Pardon me, strike that, not a state senator, state representative, and he would have become a U.S. congressman, but he lost, I think, by like maybe 1,000 votes. I worked in his law firm for a period of time. I cannot answer this. And I saw firsthand as to how politics operate. I got a behind-the-scenes view, a daily active view. And if you're thinking about going into politics, you better think long and you better think hard. Because once you make the decision to become a politician, your life will never be the same again. If you don't believe me, read the book and look at the movie entitled Manchurian Candidate. Yeah, check it out. Check out the original version and check out the remake with Denzel Washington. Too many individuals are blindly going through life. Do you think it was by accident that Donald Trump became president in 2016? It was not by accident. It was by design. You have decisions to make with your lives, ladies and gentlemen, in this upcoming election. And you know what? Hopefully, people will make the right ones. We all saw what happened at the Constitution Center in Philadelphia. That one and only debate between Harris and Trump. There will be no more. There aren't going to be any more debates between the two. The decision has already been made, and the candidates did not make decisions. The decisions were made for them. Wake up and pay attention to become consciously aware as to who you are and what your contributions and allegiance to a group or to one person may be. Because you will find out that in the end, you might not want to pay the price that you have fixed your signature to on the contract. Remember that. Never surrender. Never quit.